And South by Southwest 2009, and we have a great Austinite with us. It is Omar G of The Statesman.
Hi, Omar Gallaga. How are you doing?
I call it Omar G.
Yeah, I don't try to force anybody to pronounce my last name. I can't always pronounce it.
Just call him Omar G. You can find him at Twitter at Omar G. Right?
Right.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about what you do at The Statesman.
Well, my beat is kind of digital culture, kind of the culture of technology as opposed to the business. I mean, we do have business writers who cover tech. I cover more kind of entertainment, social networking, video games, kind of the fun, social life and arts kind of things about technology.
So what's the turnout for South by Southwest? Has it been good so far for Austin here?
Yeah, I've heard everything from, I mean, we reported something like 10 to 15% growth over last year, and
awesome.
I think CNET reported 20% growth. I'm not sure where they got that, but it's a lot. We're noticing it, and we see it at parties where people are kind of crammed in. Panels are over full. Definitely more people this year.
That is amazing, especially in this quote-unquote economy 2009. We were a little worried about that.
Yeah.
So people here up 10-20% from last year in 2008. So here we are. So let's talk about what's going the buzzword. What's happening here that the Statesman's going to be covering in the next few days at South by Southwest.
Well, we're very excited about the keynotes, obviously. I mean, Nate Silver, I think, was a really big get for today's keynote. He's from 538.com. He did a lot of political predictions during the election last year and kind of took his baseball numbers knowledge and applied it to politics, and it worked, which is amazing. So he'll be talking about kind of his number theory, I guess, and kind of how he made some of these predictions during the presidential election. I mean, he's revered in the political blogging community for some of those predictions. So we're very excited about that. And then Guy Kawasaki and Chris Anderson from Wired.com will be, or from Wired Magazine, will be here on Tuesday. So there's a lot of good stuff happening, and just the regular panels, the parties. I just did an interview with the guys from Dig, Kevin Rose and Jay Allison, and they were great to talk to. I'm talking to Felicia Day later today, who's become sort of this web celebrity for being involved with Joss Whedon's projects and doing her own web show called The Guild. So there's just a lot of personalities and people from very cool websites, a lot of startups. We're still kind of trying to figure out where are all these people coming from. Where is all this growth happening? And I don't know if it's people who are looking for jobs and trying to network and trying to weather the economy, or if it's just people with startup companies. And now it seems to be a really good time to start a company because it's easy to find people, everything's cheap, airfares are low. So I think it's a mix of that. I think it's people that are looking for jobs and here to connect, but also people who have startups and are wanting to get some traction and kind of be the next Twitter, which really took off like 2 years ago at the festival.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now let's talk about what's going to happen tonight. We actually have a big party going on, Statesman, and what is that awards for?
Well, the Statesman has made a really big push on Twitter and on other social networks, and has gotten quite a lot of followers. I mean, I think we're using it very smartly. We have a guy named Robert Quigley who's in charge of the Statesman Twitter account, and he really understands social media, and he really understands how to engage, not just throw links out there and say, come look at our stories. I mean, he really answers questions and gives people an insight into what's going on in the newsroom. So the Statesman Twitter account, I think it has over 5,000 followers now, which is great. For a newspaper. It's amazing. I think one of the top 5 newspapers in the country on Twitter. Right up there with the New York Times and Wall Street Journal.
The Little Austin Statesman.
The Little Austin Statesman. That's the other thing we call it. The Little Austin, the Wee Statesman, we call it. So we decided to Rob helped put together this Texas Social Media Awards that we put together. We have 24 people that have won this award, and we will name an overall winner tonight at the ceremony. It's going to be at Ballet Austin from 6 to 9, and it's just a party we're throwing for these people that we believe are making real fundamental change in Texas social media.
Texas social media, it's not just Austin, right?
Yeah,
it's all over Houston, Dallas.
Yeah, the list includes people from Houston, from Dallas, from other parts of the state. We didn't want to have it be so Austin-centric, even though we are the best. Yeah, and we accepted nominations from the public. We didn't choose the people. We let people nominate, and we kind of judged from that list of over 100.
Cool.
So yeah, we're really excited about it. I think we get to see all these people that we have been following and admiring and seeing what they're doing in the community. They get to chat with us, and it's going to be a good party. I think.
And who's going to be one of the nominees? We have Mr. Springnet.
Yes, Mr. Paul is
Paul Terry at Springnet.
Yeah, and he was probably the first person locally that I knew on Twitter that was getting a lot of followers and was really using it in interesting ways. And he's also been doing a lot of video stuff in town. He's the guy that when everything falls apart and you need someone to shoot your party, it's like he's done.
Call Paul.
Yeah, we need somebody to shoot the festival, and he's always willing to lend a hand and come out and help people out, and that's sort of what it's all about, and not just having a lot of followers on Twitter, but really being engaged in the community, helping people out, lending a hand, helping other people connect.
Right, absolutely. So we're going to be looking forward to see if Paul gets the big Texas Media Social Media Award. He's at SpringNet. Okay, so also, let's see, what else is going on? I mean, you've been here for a few days. Now we're going on day 3 almost.
Running on fumes already.
Fumes, I know.
Well, NPR, I do segments for National Public Radio. On Mondays, we have a segment called All Tech Considered. That's part of All Things Considered. And, every week we talk about a different topic. This week we were talking about South by Southwest. So we actually are going to be recording some audio later today and putting that segment together. And haven't quite figured out what we're going to talk about. It's tomorrow, and I'm already like, oh. But those segments always come together really well. They throw a lot of support behind it, and I'm excited to talk about it. So that's like a national audience listening to what's going on here. I'm very excited about
this.
This
is really a international audience too. I mean,
yeah, NPR's very. I mean, I didn't know. I started doing segments for them last year, and in October was when we kind of launched the weekly show and the weekly segment, and their audience is amazing. Like the reach of their audience stuns me. The kind of emails I get and comments on their blogs. It really is international. People are listening everywhere.
So the Austin station, they're going to be putting a lot more time, energy, effort into technology and focusing on that a lot more, or?
I think so. I mean, we're trying to. I mean, like all newspapers, we're struggling a little bit. We're trying to refocus on what we do. And I think we're trying to differentiate like what goes in print, what is the print product, and what is online. And I'm very much probably more a part of what's going on with the online stuff. With my blog and the video stuff we're doing, and Twitter and things like that. And maybe less so much with the print product, because I mean we're refocusing what that's about. So we're experimenting. We're trying different things, and I think we're very lucky we haven't had layoffs like a lot of newspapers have. We've been, very lucky in that sense, and so it's a weird, scary, exciting time to be to work at a newspaper. We don't know what's going to happen exactly, and so
it's nice to see South by Southwest going up 20%. I mean, that shows there's something going on.
It shows you there's something to that movement that we've been trying to make into social media and Twitter and things like that. I mean, we definitely feel like we're at the forefront of that, especially for a paper our size.
Right. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate this. It's going to be AustinLifestyles.com. We're excited about it. So AustinLifestyles.com and Omar G.